Have you ever heard a story so strange, so chilling that it doesn't seem real, but somehow no one can prove that it isn't? Imagine a ship drifting silently through the waters of the Strait of Malacca. No distress calls anymore, no visible movement, just a quiet, eerie presence in one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world. Then, suddenly, a distress message does come through. The message is broken, barely readable. A crackling radio transmission carries a terrifying call. All officers, including the captain, are dead, lying in chartroom and bridge, possibly whole crew dead. I die. And then, silence. The transmission cuts out. That was the last thing anyone ever heard from the SS Ourang Medan. The ship's name, which loosely translates to Man from Medan, has since become tied to one of the sea's greatest unsolved mysteries. What really happened aboard that ship? Why were the crew found dead, their faces frozen in horror, arms outstretched as if fending off something invisible? And how did the ship catch fire and sink before it could be properly investigated? This is the creepy, confusing, and disturbing mystery of the SS Ourang Medan. Let's start with what little we know. The year was 1947, or maybe 1948, reports vary. A distress signal was picked up by nearby ships navigating the waters near Indonesia. The ship that picked up the Ourang Medan's call was an American vessel, the Silver Star. The crew of the Silver Star immediately changed course to respond to the SOS. When they found the Ourang Medan, it was eerily still, drifting with no signs of life. They boarded the ship, only to find every single crew member dead. Their bodies were sprawled across the deck, in the engine room, and at the radio. Their eyes were wide open, their mouths frozen in mid-scream. Arms extended, as if shielding themselves from something horrific. But there were no injuries, no gunshots, no wounds, no signs of struggle. It was as if death had just struck them all at once. Instantly, quietly, and horribly. The temperature on board the ship was unnaturally cold, despite the tropical climate. And even more bizarre, there were no visible signs of damage to the ship itself. But before any deeper investigation could begin, something even stranger happened. A fire suddenly broke out in the cargo hold of the Ourang Medan. The rescue crew from the Silver Star had to quickly retreat. Moments later, the ship exploded with such force that it lifted from the water and then sank beneath the waves. Just like that, the SS Ourang Medan was gone, taking all its secrets with it. So what happened? Over the decades, theories have tried to explain this haunting event. Some believe it was a case of carbon monoxide poisoning from a malfunctioning boiler, which could have caused hallucinations and death. But that doesn't explain the frozen expressions of terror or the fact that the radio operator had time to send such a cryptic message. Others suggest the ship was smuggling illegal chemicals, possibly nerve agents from World War II, and that the leak of these chemicals caused the crew to die in agony. That could also explain the sudden fire and explosion. But again, none of this can be confirmed. No records of the SS Ourang Medan exist in any known shipping registry. It's as if the ship was never real, or someone wanted us to believe that. More far-out theories blame supernatural forces, ghosts, sea monsters, cursed artifacts. Some even claim it was a government cover-up tied to secret military operations in the aftermath of the war. But the most unsettling part of all is that the story itself, despite being widely told, has no single verified source. Every version of the story changes small details. The dates don't match. The ship's registry doesn't exist. Some eyewitness accounts were never confirmed. Even the Silver Star's involvement has been questioned. Did this really happen? Or is this just a sailor's ghost story that got out of hand? But then again, how do you explain the distress signal? Multiple ships claim to have picked it up. The wording of that last message is still printed in books and articles across the world. I die. A simple phrase, but bone-chilling. Whoever sent it, if they even existed, believed they were witnessing something unspeakable. And whether the Ourang Medan was real or just a legend, the fear and fascination it stirred have lasted for more than 70 years. It's the kind of mystery that makes you look over your shoulder at sea. That makes you wonder what's really out there in the fog. That makes you question what other stories have been lost to the waves. And maybe, just maybe, the SS Ourang Medan is still out there, somewhere in the deep, cold dark, waiting to be found again.